Okay, guys. Um, I know it's been a minute or two since I made a video. One thing about it though is I try not to make videos that don't make no sense. I try to keep my videos pretty good on the money without making videos that don't make no sense. So you have to kind of make excuse me, because essentially I don't want to seem like a turkey, so to speak, and just repeat the same old thing. If I can, I like to make videos that's actually uh, useful towards people. Probably wondering where I'm at. It's kind of like early in the morning, like it's kind of morning for me anyway. Uh, and I'm just in my bedroom. But yeah, it basically I just want to talk real quickly though about a couple things, and you know, you probably were wondering, you probably were wondering why why I haven't been uploading videos. Well, one of the reasons why I haven't been uploading videos is because I don't make useless videos. If you get my point, I don't make videos that's a useless video. I try to make videos that are more on the money for essentially what it could be. Something essentially what something could be that's more uh, useful towards people. It's something that actually means something compared to other people. And other people, they make a lot of videos that don't make a lot of sense, but I try to make videos that do make a lot of sense. And I want to just talk real quickly about some event, something that I'm seeing and that I'm not liking. And one of the things I'm not liking is I'm not liking the way I'm seeing something I'm not liking, and I'm just not liking the way that the rates are going with the Fed and the way things are going with the Fed right now. Uh, the interest rates have to be dropped, and if they don't drop the interest rates soon, then the United States is going to be in big trouble. I mean, really, because we're in debt up to our eyeballs right now, and interest rates are going up. Interest rates have been up just way too long this time, and they're not doing nothing to curve inflation or nothing like that. They're just letting it fall completely apart. And if you look at it right now, the banking system's collapsing. We've got Synchrony Bank, which is one of the biggest card holders for private company, for individual company debt. They basically just people getting store credit cards. Then we got uh, Discover Bank just recently is actually merging with they're actually merging with Capital One. You've got let's see let's see they're merging with Capital One. You've got Ford Motor Company going out of business just about, and they're not there yet, but probably it looks more like Ford and now Chrysler Dodge. Those two look like they're going to probably be the first of all the companies to go out of business. Um, well, not go out of business, but they're either going to need a bailout. There's something going to have to happen to where that the government can come in and get them back out of this mess they're in. And I don't know, personally, in my opinion, I don't know if Ford is necessarily worth saving or not, considering the path they've been going on and the decisions that Ford has made lately. I mean, with their EV trucks, they're not making a car that's they're not trying to make cars and stuff that's in vehicles that's eco friendly. They're not, what I mean by eco friendly. I mean basically gas savers. They're not trying to make anything. They're making big SUVs, big trucks. They're not making anything, and they're making, even the Ranger these days is just ridiculously sized, and really the one that probably, it's really not even a truck. It's just ridiculous, and that's the little Maverick. It's probably the closest thing that they have that would be more of a gas type saver, but the little Maverick's just ridiculously ridiculously priced, and then when they do have the things, they're impossible for a lot of people to kind of get a hold of. And the truth is, if they don't do something, if the Fed doesn't do something to cut these rates, and people don't get to the point where they can service their credit card debt, and you're going to keep seeing more problems. Right now, repos are up through the roof. There's so many repos that you wouldn't believe it, and people are looking to buy used cars. The used car market right now is through the roof. Everything is through the roof. Everything. They're buying up all the used cars. The people are, because they can't afford to keep paying on their expensive new cars, and they're just letting their new cars go back to the bank. And credit cards delinquencies are through the roof. Right now, it was 1.3 or $4 trillion. I think it's more like $1.4 trillion in credit card debt. That's through the roof. Cars, vehicles, the prices of the vehicles, they're not coming down. None of this stuff has come down. It's all up through the roof. Everything's up high. Recently, there was a stock market crash of 1,000 points, and everybody's kind of running right to their computer, running right to that camera. Oh my God! Do you see? 1,000 points? We went down 1,000 points, and then it started going back up, and I knew it was going to go back up. I was like, yeah. It just went down 1,000. It's going to go back up, and then within the week it did. I knew. That's why I didn't make a video, because I knew it was just a bunch of BS, and I was about to say, hold on. I was about to say, just hold on and hold your horses. And then I said, nah, I'm not going to do that, because I knew it's a bunch of BS. Because really, I just don't pay no attention to, this, that. I don't pay attention to this and that. I pay attention to when it goes down, 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 down for over a week, and then that's when I start getting worried. And that's when you need to really start looking and making sure. But right now, the way things were working, people are not going to be able to service their credit card debt. They're not going to be able to pay their car payments, their house payments, their things are going to start going back to these banks, and the banks are going to start feeling it, and they're going to start having it get hit hard. And really, right now, if you have any kind of cash in the bank, you need to get it out. And if you have money, if you have anything that you need to buy, food, gas, groceries, anything like that you need to get right now, I'd pretty much just go ahead and get it, because the bottom line is, it's not going to be much longer until, it's not going to be much longer on all this until it all falls apart, and you're going to find yourself in some pretty big trouble if you're not, you need to have yourself in a financial situation to where that you're able to be scot-free, pretty much of debt, everything else. It's just the way it is. The United States is getting ready to have the biggest collapse it's ever seen. It's getting ready to happen real soon. Some people say it's happening right now. Some people say it's this and that. As for right now, it's just zipping along. But as for right now, it's not zipping along. It's really just on life support, really. It's just still breathing, and it's still on life support, but it's not dead yet. And once it does die, you're going to know it's dead. You're going to look around you, and you're going to start seeing it dead. People are getting angry. And these days, if you don't have a gun, man, you better have a gun. The bottom line is, you better start carrying a gun with you, because it's going to start getting dangerous out here. I've heard of people getting robbed at ATMs lately. I seen this one little lady that was online. She was crying her eyes out, and she was saying she couldn't afford to buy food. I've seen so many different things, and it's not funny. And she was saying that she works a full-time job, but she can't afford to buy food. And that's going to start happening more and more and more. You're going to start seeing people get hurt more and more and more. And the truth of the matter is, there's really going to be nothing that me or you could do about it. We're just going to have to sit back and go for the ride. All we can do is just have ourselves positioned in a way that will be taken care of. We need to watch very carefully about who we deal with and who we bring into our lives too. sometimes the people that you think are your best friend can be sometimes your worst enemy. Sometimes your worst enemy can be your best friend. It's just how the world works. I mean, you can find friendship can come through hard times and through hard times and through some major issues. Um, and it doesn't seem like it would be that way, but it can. It can really. The people that you didn't think were be your friend, or the people that wasn't your friend, end up being your friend whenever bad times hit. The people that were your friends aren't your friends whenever bad times hit, and that's just the way it works. I mean, the world shifts, and the people that are there through thick and thin and everything else, that's who your real friends are. And you're going to start to find out who your real friends are. The people who really, they'll show you who really cares about you in the end. And you'll find out that a lot of people you think is a friend, they're not going to be so much your friend as you think they are, because truthfully, a true friend will be there through it all, through the end, and through the hard times or anything else, they'll be there. Uh, you know, in some ways, your family members. Even I found this out in the past, that your family members, the people you thought were your family, end up being the people that hurt you also. So the people you're going to find out who your friends are, who's going to hurt you, who's going to be there for you, who's going to be your friend, who's going to be everything. And truth is, you're going to start to find this out real soon, and there's no way around that. So the bottom line is, start getting really seriously about getting prepared, because the economy's collapsing, and if the Fed doesn't do something about cutting these rates, then you're going to find yourself in some pretty big trouble. This country is falling to hell right now, and if you don't do something, and if you're not in a position where you can sustain, then you're going to start finding yourself in a bunch of trouble, and the world's going to start finding itself in a bunch of trouble. So, I mean, what I'm seeing the biggest threat to the American economy and the American people is this. Basically, that if the Fed doesn't cut rates, they're going to have to cut these. They're going to have to cut these rates, and if they don't cut these rates within the next, I don't know, month or two, you're really going to start seeing those collapse happen fast. It's already going, but if they don't start cutting these rates, probably the next month or within the next month, if they don't cut the rates, they were talking. I've heard some stuff about rate cuts next month in September. And if they don't cut rates, you're going to start seeing stuff like bankruptcies coming through the roof. You're going to start seeing more and more and more stuff that's going to start happening. And you're going to start seeing a lot more violence, too, around you. Right now in the big cities, these stores are pretty much having some of the biggest trouble they can ever have, like in California and New York, because these morons there are basically allowing somebody to steal up to $1,000 out of the store. You can come in their store and steal $1,000 all the way up to $999, and they won't even arrest you because they won't even arrest you. It's like, okay, free handout for everybody. And they're not doing nothing about it. Then they take this stuff and put it out there as street vendors, and all the stuff they're selling, they're just selling it right on the street. If I own a store and I got $999, let's see, you can steal $999 off of me, right? You can steal $999 off of me, right? And if I own a store that costs, and you want to be able to, you can steal $999 off of me. How in the world am I ever going to stay in business? The bottom line is, if I was those stores, I would basically just close up shop. I'd leave California. I'd leave New York City. I'd just say forget it, and I'd just be gone, and I'd go someplace where they have common sense. That's what I would do. I'd just shut it down, and I would just move somewhere else. I'd say forget it. I'm done. I'm gone. I would, because the bottom line is, if you can steal that from me, hey. Or I'd go vigilante justice, and then I'd go vigilante justice, and basically, let's just say some laundry detergent. Well, let's just say some laundry detergent and a nice barrel, or some acid. If you get my point, yeah. And I just go vigilante on everybody. But if you get my point, I ain't gonna quite say this or that, but hey, you know, hey, you're trying to survive here, man, and if they won't do nothing about it, well, you just might end up being on you to do something about it. Because hey, you're gonna come in here pulling this shit, I'm gonna have to do something about it myself. Because I obviously can't get the law to do nothing about it. But uh, if you get my point, and I'm not trying to be bad, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to say, hey, look, guys, start getting prepared because it's coming. And if this Fed doesn't cut rates within the next month or two, you are really, really, really going to notice a big deal. Because if they don't cut these rates, you're really going to start seeing it get bad. Because it's getting bad now, but you haven't seen, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, that's the way the song goes, and believe me, that's the way it's going to be. You haven't seen nothing yet. It's going to get bad because there's just no way it can't get bad. And it's going to get bad for everybody. And people say, well, I'm in this industry, I'm in that industry, I'm in the medical industry, I'm in whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's going to hit every single industry because when people they're going to try to get by with what they got. So if they get a deep cut, let's say, and you're in the medical industry, you say, well, I'll be okay because I'm in the medical industry. Well, the medical industry didn't really survive too well the last time itself. It really had a bad problem. And let's say somebody gets a deep cut, they're going to do stuff like, put some Neosporin on it and try to bandage it and take care of themselves. And they will take care of themselves. I'm sure they will. They'll just have to make sure they keep it clean and everything else. But if they don't do something bad, they don't do something soon, this is what it's going to come to. It's going to come to people essentially turning back to herbal remedies, not going to the doctor. They're going to start looking at all their own medical ways to take care of their own medical self. And if they don't do stuff, they don't start doing stuff soon, it's going to collapse. And it's going to get bad. And it's going to happen real soon. It's going to happen in a town near you. And if you have your money in the bank, get it the hell out. Anyway, be good. Get at it.